This conversation starts calm and then everything shifts. Let's break it down on Choir Media.
That's just what it comes down to. Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I am well. All right. So, how old are you?
36.
36. Okay. What are we talking about today? I'm talking about overestimating values or hoes the housewife. Or did you have a question?
I don't have a question. I was just saying, I know some men that are like, oh, they love escorts, they love strippers, and they go for those type of women. That's weird to me. Or no, it's just weird. Why? That's where the confusion comes into play also. It's like,
You know men, but what do these men earn and what do they do?
just like regular, like fixing air conditioners and stuff like
Okay.
that.
I'm making the distinction about men who are making over $100,000 a year.
Oh, okay.
So
Now,
that's we're talking about the higher income men.
mhm.
So you see, so what are you saying? You see women leave the club and get married?
Yes, to men that yes I have, but I'm not saying I'm not sticking up for them. I'm agreeing with you also. You know,
Well, I will say that, you know, like I said, a lot of women ask, can you go from being a hoe to a housewife? Um, Hoeing is going to be a hard one. Uh, but did they get married or are they just together?
they were just together.
There's a difference. The difference is marriage. See,
But
one of the things about my platform is we can only keep scores in marriages. We can't keep scores in relationships, talking, hooking up, living together. Marriages are is what we can count and is real.
mhm.
So
Okay,
I don't think it's a good path though. So guys will date a woman, guys will have fun with it, kick it with, but walk
and
down
that's
the
where the
aisle with one.
confusion comes into play too sometimes because like men will date women like that, and then you got healthcare professionals like me that are out there, and we're looking at people like this, and I'm just confused sometimes. Like to be honest.
Well, dating means having sex without commitments.
Hmm.
They don't get married, so do you want the outcome just because they're dating them?
No.
All right, they're in it for something different. But do you have any kids?
Yeah, I have three teenagers.
How many all by the same father or different fathers?
The oldest, his father died, and then the younger two are by the same man.
Okay. Um, so two. Well, do you want to get married?
At this point, not really.
So what's the issue then? If you don't want to get married,
I mean, it's just after a while of listening to you, and I mean, I was already kind of like thinking that's kind of like the same way you were. At a point, it's like, first off, I'm a little too busy to be, if you're a real mom and you really doing it for real by yourself, you're too busy for a man. You're too busy to even act like you want to date or include anyone into the equation. It should feel a little awkward in the first place to even just throw a man into the equation, especially when you got kids that are up in age. It's a little weird for
but you're
my taste.
36.
Right.
Okay, how old is your youngest?
15.
Oh, you started early.
Yeah, I did.
So your
So, but
kids will be gone. Your kids are by before you're 40 years old. Your last kid will be out of high school.
right.
So what's the rest of life gonna look like for a 40-year woman?
So
You're gonna have your
so
$2.4 million saved up.
so right now I'm just working on my company. It is a
But
baby.
are you going to have your $2.4 million saved by age 65 to retire on?
I don't know. Let's hope.
There's no hope. As a
Let's hope.
single one, as no, there's no hope. See, if you don't have a man,
I mean, I'm
and
not saying that that's not what I don't want.
listen, I need you to listen.
Mhm.
This is not about hope. This is about family planning and life. This is adult stuff. If you don't have a man, when you reach 65 in mandatory retirement, you can't work anymore, and you don't have enough money to live on from 65 to 85, you get more expensive as you age. Who's going to pay for you? Social Security won't be there. The government won't be there. Who's going to pay?
I'm not saying that that's not what I want. Right now, I do not want to marry.
I
But
don't care
later,
what, but see,
listen,
later is too
listen to me.
late.
Listen to me. Later,
The
when I
later
in
is
about
too
5 years from
late.
now, in about 5 years from now, then I can focus
See,
on them.
that's just okay.
Because I listen to you, and
No. Why do you think it works that way? Why do you think you can make these? Why do you think you have that amount of
you
control?
contradict yourself because you're
No,
telling
I don't
other
know.
women that
I just asked
you're
you. No,
cutting me off.
listen. No, not,
You asked me a
no.
question.
I'm talking. No. I asked you, why do you think you can make that decision? And you telling me I contradict myself. That's not an answer. That's a statement.
So why do I what?
Why do you think you can make, why do you think you have that much control?
Why wouldn't I? It's my life. Why wouldn't I?
Because because you had 3 children. Were you married to either one of the fathers?
No.
Okay.
One died before he could even, and then the other two, yeah, they're by the same man. But no, you have if somebody has issues, you gotta cut it off. You
Then
cannot.
why have
That,
babies with somebody that got issues? See,
you
marry before you
sometimes though,
carry.
sometimes when
No,
you're young, you make mistakes.
no. See, there's the same shit again right there. I'm young and dumb. See, one of the biggest problems I have, especially with black women, is you keep excusing yourselves. You give yourself the benefit of the doubt, and then because life gets messed up and stressful, you put it off on being too busy and this and that. And at the end of the day, that
But you
sounds.
don't
I
make
need you
me
to. I need.
though
No,
to me
okay,
because
I'm gonna either have the
you
conversation. I'm going to have the conversation with you or over you. Not going to talk through me. That's just not going to happen.
go ahead.
The reality is this: it doesn't matter what you think about it or I think about it. You are going to somebody's going to have to pay for you once you retire. If you don't have a man, if you don't have it saved, either you gonna pay for it, your kids gonna pay for it, somebody, because the government ain't gonna pay for it. Where's it gonna come from?
Okay, we'll say the kids because I invest in them, okay, and I'm
That's
building them
fucked
up.
up. That's fucked up.
I'm
That's
building them
fucked
up
up.
to
That's
help.
fucked up. That's fucked up. That
They
is
should be
fucked
wanting
up.
to help.
That is fucked up.
You're not gonna help your parents.
That is fucked up. It is
You don't
not.
help your parents.
That is fucked. Listen to me and listen to me well, people. This is part of the problem with the black community. This is fucked up. That our black mothers like this think that their kids owe them something.
Yeah, you do.
No, they don't.
I
No,
yes,
no.
they
This is
do.
why. This is why most of our children are not born out of a loving, respectful relationship. Most of our kids are born out of a fuck. They're born out of
Oh, mine
sex.
wasn't.
Okay, they're not born in marriage.
We were
There's not a
together
plan, but did you? Okay,
for years.
okay. So anyway, a whole year. Then you want to say you're young and dumb and this and that. That means no plan. And this is why I was just talking about earlier today on YouTube,
But you
giving
can't go
yourselves the
from
benefit of
that
the doubt.
to you can't go from a choice that you made at 17 to 20 to 36 and then go back and be like, oh, well, you
No,
made
you
this
can't.
mistake
No,
and
you
you did
can't.
that and you did this.
No, you
Okay,
can't. But
so
you are
now
supposed. But
I'm
you are
raising my
supposed to.
children and I'm laying in my bed and I'm raising my children. And when I'm finished, then I can focus on them.
And this is the problem.
And
You
I'll still be
think
young
this is the problem. They really think
and
they have
beautiful.
this. They really think they have this much control. You can't tell them anything. That's what I'm saying. Man, you think you have that kind of. When they're then, I can just plug this in like this, and I'll be young and beautiful. You'll be 41 with 3 kids, and
That are grown.
you think a man is going to come in and say,
That
"Oh,
are grown.
I'll marry you. Sure,
Oh
I'll
yeah,
marry you.
exactly.
I'll marry you, and then I'll take on all, and then you can take
What
my money."
responsibility? What
All right, yeah,
responsibility?
all right. So this is a problem. This is what you just seen right now. Is this why I don't give the young and dumb excuse? Because you don't sound like you've
We're
learned
not doing that.
anything.
We're
Because
not
you
doing
said I'm
that.
doing this, I'm doing that. Man, you don't have that kind of control. Men decide who get married, not you. Men determine who gets married.
So if I decide I don't want to get married, that's not my control. That's not
No,
my decision.
somebody has to decide to marry you first. You can decide whether
No,
you
if
accept
I
the proposal. No. See, that's what I think. They think they have control they don't have. A man has to propose to you
you
first.
act like we have to get married, like
I
you
don't
like
give a
the
shit if you
end
get
goal.
married.
That is
I
the
don't
end
give it.
all
No,
be
understand
all,
something.
and I'm gonna be
Understand
happy,
something. I don't give
happily
it.
ever
Well, this is
after
the
if
same.
I have a man.
This is the same woman who came on complaining about how strippers get relationships and she doesn't. This is the same
Oh, I don't
person.
say that. Oh,
I
I
don't
get
give
men
it, man.
everywhere.
I bet you
Trust
do.
me.
You got 3 kids.
Doctors,
I bet you do.
doctors come
I
on
do.
to
You
me.
got the
Nurses
red
come
head.
on to me. ICU
Exactly. You
nurses
look
come
like
on
you'd
to
be
me.
fun. But again, don't nobody want to marry you. And at the end of the day, I don't give a shit if you get
No,
married or not. I don't give a shit
that's
if you.
not
I don't
it.
give a shit if you
That's
get.
not
I don't
it.
give. A, I don't give. I don't give a
I'm
shit
not
if you.
even in a
I don't give
relationship
a
because
shit. Exactly,
I'm
you're not. I don't give a
I
shit
made
whether
the
you
choice
get
that
married.
I want to make my whole
I
life
don't give
living.
a shit. I don't give a shit whether you get married or not. I just hope that the taxpayer don't have to fund you because if your kids gonna have to pay for you or you gonna be homeless because you ain't gonna have it
Why
together.
would they? I mean, I
Yeah,
definitely am working and I'm doing
it doesn't matter
a damn good
because you
job
takes
at
more
working at a really great job
because
at in Vegas.
you are too hard
Doing
headed. You are too hard headed and too.
All right, let me react to this as me because this one really hit a nerve. Man, poor Kevin, bro. You can hear it in his voice sometimes. He wasn't doing this for clicks or clout. He was genuinely trying to put families back together, especially black families. And that's why these calls used to drain him. Rip to that man for real. Now let's talk about her. She's the one with kids. She's the one avoiding dating. And somehow she still doesn't want to acknowledge the reality men live in. A lot of men, especially men with options, avoid women with kids. That's not hate, that's honesty. Men have preferences just like women do. But when men say it out loud, suddenly it's offensive. Meanwhile, women can disqualify men over height, money, hairline, or vibes, and nobody blinks. 30 seconds into the video, I already knew what time it was. Her tone, her attitude, the way she responded, you could tell immediately she wasn't there to learn. She was there to be validated. And Kevin clocked that fast. And that's the funniest part. If you have it all figured out, what are you doing here? Nobody calls Kevin Samuels because life is going great. People call when they're stuck, confused, or unhappy with their outcomes. And she knows it. That's why she's defensive. That's why she keeps pushing back. Deep down, she already sees the writing on the wall. She's mad because reality is catching up. She knows the dating market is colder now. She knows options shrink with time, kids, and attitude. She knows most of the relationships she'll get won't be the ones she actually wants, just the ones that show up. And Kevin wasn't laughing at her. He was trying to wake her up before it's too late. But the hardest person to help is someone who already decided they're right. That's the tragedy here, not Kevin. The missed opportunity to listen.